Do we have a corporate Krick sighting?
It looks like a Knicks jacket.
It's a Knicks jacket. Oh, okay. Wow.
Go New York, go New York, go.
Wow, look at that.
Corporate Krick, get out of here with that.
I saw the collar. I was like, "This Trysta."
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's a kid Knicks jacket.
Well, Trysta's not like us.
Wow.
Like Trysta's different.
I feel like only Cameron has that.
I got it on when it came out on Kith. I did it real fast.
Damn.
It was one of those purchases where I was like,
going around today.
Huh?
So some people are luckier than others when it comes to apps. I just leave it at that. Like some people get caught off by the sneaker drop, and others, old hat.
Yeah, I'm not as good on the sneaker app as I am when Kith goes. I think when you get, especially when Kith gets to like a certain, I was like pained by this price point, like to the point where I thought about not actually buying it after I bought it and just reselling it. And I really like it. It's really warm and it fits pretty well. And I didn't know because it's an extra small whether it was going to fit because it's men's.
Wow, that's a size?
Extra small?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a woman and I don't wear men's clothes. Like a men's small is way too big for me. So extra small is still kind of big, but
oh, that is a look though. Like that. That is fire.
I love all their New York stuff, man. When they do their Knicks stuff, like
same. And I'm not even a New York Knicks fan, but I'm like, this is just icy. Like, it's just I really like it.
You could wear Kenny's hat with it, like you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Y'all are really matching to.
Trysta, you know I pull with the Knicks, man. Come on, man. It's Knicks tape over here. You know that.
I got Knicks first quarter, Miami full game plus 5.5.
Wow, that's a detailed bet. So you're betting that the Knicks win the first quarter but lose the game?
No, Miami's a 5.5 point underdog, so they just need to not lose by 6.
Oh man, I can't do this. This world is not meant. This is why we don't discuss gambling because this stuff.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I'd just rather talk about basketball with you.
I prefer that too, but I do like the Knicks in the first quarter. I think they'll come out hot.
Come on, Knicks.
So you have okay, all right. So like betting aside, and I want to get to the Kings and all that stuff. You think Miami can maintain this?
I haven't thought that this entire time, and they just keep doing it.
I know.
So they're 4-0 with Kevin Love in the starting lineup. He's doing his best Peyton Manning impression. These outlet passes remind me of when I was an Oregon Duck and he played for UCLA, and that was what his calling card was there. He looks good. I don't know how much longer and we talked about this when I was out in Sacramento when we watched the Bucks Miami game. It's like this was the 27th ranked 3-point shooting team in terms of percentage. And they're shooting like 60% from 3. I don't understand how Kyle Lowry has come back from the Krick. He's like,
that's a wild storyline. Yeah.
What about Duncan Robinson? Where the hell did he come from?
Yes, Tyler Hero breaks his hand, and all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, that's why Duncan Robinson got paid because he can shoot. It's craziness.
It all ended for us over the weekend, TK. What'd you think? You got to see 4 of them in person, but what did you think of this final stretch here between Sacramento and Golden State?
First and foremost, glad I wasn't in the building. I would have been sick. It
hurt. The only good thing is you had about a quarter to digest it all.
Yeah. You know, the thing too, it was like, I'm glad that Draymond said this as well, because I saw it on TV, which was that Klay Thompson 4-point play was it. That was the end. That was when you knew like all of the life, all of the fortitude, all of the ability to claw and scrape and maybe try to make it a game was dead. They missed a shot to cut it to 4. And then you're down 6 with 20 seconds left or whatever it was. Not even that. 8 seconds.
Yep.
And Steph, you get the ball out of Steph's hands and TD closes out, hits nicks Klay's shoe. He hits the 3 because why wouldn't he hit the 3 right then after he was like 1 for 9 and 1. And I was like, well, you're packed up.
The the untold part in that, the context of the game was the Kings had to work so hard to get it to 6.
Yeah.
Like they had just completely fallen off in that quarter. And with that Malik play, it was like, okay, this was a disastrous quarter.
Yeah.
And they're going into the 4th down 6. It's okay.
Yeah.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, and I actually texted my friend this, was also when I saw Steph at the free throw line at the end of the 3rd quarter as well. He had just missed 2 free throws in a row, like heard of. Congratulations to the golden one for the cookies.
Yeah.
And they're like, that just never happens. And they show him, and I don't know if you guys saw it in the arena, because I don't know if it was on the Jumbotron or what, but on the TV, they're panning to him. And he's forcing himself to smile, grinning ear to ear. It looked purposeful. And I'm like, oh, he's sick. He's a sick boy. This is demonic.
So what was worse than that, what you didn't see, and maybe 1,000 people saw it or less than that, was when before the game, Cameo hit the loudspeaker. Candy dropped. And Steph Curry, mid-shooting routine, stops, breaks into the electric slide, then resumes his shooting. And I had a feeling then we're effed. That is a different level of looseness that Steph has versus everybody else. And anyone who can do that is locked in a way that most of us can't imagine.
How are you locked in and still loose? I don't understand that dichotomy where he's playing volleyball with Q and all this stuff pregame. And it's like, this guy, if you didn't know this was the greatest shooter on earth, you'd be like, this guy's a clown. You know, if that was Jordan Poole doing that, you'd be like, this guy, can you focus on the job at hand? And it's like, that is his focus.
Imagine if Dylan Brooks had broken.
Come on.
Kings by 25.
Come on. He smiled in a way where I was like, oh, the look in his eye. I know that there was like, we've been calling him, or people have been calling him the babyface assassin for so long that the trope has kind of become like old. But I was like, oh no, I understand now.
Trista's like, he's an actual assassin.
But this guy turn you into a lampshade.
Oh, you know?
Like his face, sick. He was enjoying not winning, but destroying you. I was in, obviously, my team, Western Conference Finals, up 15 every single game when we got swept. And I didn't even feel it to the level I felt in Game 7 that way.
No.
Nobody played great other than Kevon Looney and him.
No, that was tough on Sunday, man. They it was there for the Kings. And like I keep saying, it wipes away, at least not for me, but for a lot of people, it wipes away what was a phenomenal Game 6. Winning that game on Friday, going into the belly of the beast, going into Chase Center when everybody thought it was over. Game 7, people were thinking it was 50-50. Game 6, it was like, this is 97-3. Warriors about to close this out. And for them to go out there and finish that and bring it back to Sacramento the way they did.
Warriors fans thought they were losing Game 7. I saw it all on Twitter. It's a wrap. This is the last time we're seeing all 3 of these together. I saw Marcus Thompson when it was Game 4? When Kings were up 6 at Chase, and he was like, it's a wrap, dog. The dynasty is done. And I was like, it's done? He goes, yeah, done in 5 or 6. Done? Nope. That's why they're our dubs, because they just never die. Like, there's nothing I can do. I can criticize them. I praise them. It's nothing I can do. They're too formidable.
I was going to say this during the series, and it never really got an opportunity. I've long rooted against the Warriors, probably since day one. Like, I never wanted them to win, not even 15. I like LeBron. I like Kyrie. I wanted the Clippers to win that year. I never rooted for the Warriors, right? Although I like Steph Curry. Don't get it twisted. But I've seen it all. And they always, especially when you talk about Dubs fans, there's almost always a moment in a lot of series, not every series, but a lot of series where you get to see them squirm. They squirm and they're like, I don't think it's going to happen. It's over. Steve Kerr's an idiot. He needs to be fired. Kevin Durant, I can't wait till he's gone. I'm sick. They squirm, but they never die. They never die. And I thought we had them this year. So we're actually going to see them go away this year. But no, just another one of them things where they were squirming.
I think
they didn't die.
It's their strategy. Like Kyle Matson's like, hey, I'm going to come up for a Kings Lakers watch party before Game 7. All right, bro. I know what you're doing, and I'm not taking the bait. Marcus Thompson, you brought up Marcus Thompson. Went over to see Marcus before the game, gave me a big hug. He said, I'll see you Tuesday. There's only one way you're seeing me Tuesday. So, all right. All right. I think it's their psyche. Like, we got to start doing that to people.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's the whole Our Dubs thing. That's the entire thing. It's the reverse of what they do, and it won't work.
Can I tell you, since this Our Dubs thing has started, they've won a finals. They beat your Kings in 7. Maybe we should figure out a different strategy.
Because the other one didn't work either. Me being like, they're cooked, they're old.
That's true.
That doesn't work either. There's no scenario that it works.
We just got to wait till Steph is gone, and then things will go back to how they're supposed to.
So in 7 years, we've got a chance.
He's not aging either. He looks stronger and faster than ever.
We determined Steph's going to make 100. He's going to be the first $100 million player.
Yeah. 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 And he's worth every penny. He's the greatest point. I said this on the podcast yesterday. He's the greatest point guard of all time.
Which is ridiculous because he's not.
Because he's not even a point guard.
Right.
He's the greatest we've ever seen, and I knew it because I was surprised when he would miss. I was like, wow, he missed.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other player on earth I've ever been surprised only when they miss.
Special and a special performance in Game 7.
Well, did you guys enjoy the 50 at all?
Hell no.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I appreciated it when it was over. I got introspective pretty quick when it was over because I just looked at it like I didn't think the Kings were winning the title.
Right.
I thought if everything went their way, they could get to the finals and losing 2.5 to whoever they were playing. But I walked away and that night I was thinking I saw I've seen LeBron drop 50. I think I saw Kobe do 48. Seeing Steph drop the greatest scoring output in a Game 7 in history, yeah, it sucks, but as a basketball fan, I appreciated it.
And
I didn't enjoy it in the moment, though, for the record.
That level of appreciation.
And as a Kings fan and as a Kings player, coach, person around the organization, take some level of pride, and that's what it took to win, for them to win. That was one of the greatest challenges probably in the Warriors' runs. Go 7 in the first round, and you needed the best Game 7 performance of all time for them to beat that team.
I'm thankful they lost by 20. That's the honest to God's truth. Because if they had lost by 5, having missed 11 free throws, that would have been it would have been a far different start to yesterday's show than it actually was. Losing by 20 because of the 50 from Steph and all that. That's fine. They're right there. Oh, they clawed back. They're down 5. And then they wind up losing by 5. You're going to look at the stripe and go, it's one thing for the road team to miss 11, 12 free throws, however many Golden State. That's one thing. You don't expect it. You don't excuse it. But it's the road team, and you take it's home court advantage. Our team was behind us.
The 11
missed 11 was brutal.
The 11 second chance points in the third quarter for the Warriors also was killer.
That was killer. Yeah, I mean, I understand what Damien's saying, and I agree to a certain degree, but I mean, it's all terrible. It's all terrible.
Oh, no doubt.
Look, I think about
we should be getting ready for Game 1 tonight. We should be going to the G1C tonight.
My 49ers. They lost with no quarterback in the first quarter, and they lost a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter of the year before in the NFC Championship game. They both suck.
Yeah.
I don't like neither one of them.
Yeah.
What do you think about this Sasha Vezenkov?
Yeah, he's he's a name that's getting talked about a lot. There seems to be a belief. I mean, the Kings clearly want him to come. He has a role here. I don't know. I'm going to be honest. Like I'll watch the stuff people post. I'll read what James and the guys write. I'm not locking into Euro basketball, trying to figure out what type of player this is. And even like if I were, I don't know what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Like, how does that translate to the league? Like the opinions from, no, he could be a really, really solid role player, to the guys like a 6 minute a night guy. I don't know which one he is.
Yeah. But he is like possibly going to be the EuroLeague MVP. So that's good.
Yeah,
I would say
he's clearly not a bad basketball player.
He can shoot too.
How does a EuroLeague MVP translate? Like we did this with Jimmer's China points once.
Yeah.
How does Jimmer China's points equate to NBA? How does a EuroLeague MVP equate to the NBA?
We know what the upside of the EuroLeague MVP is.
Sure.
Yeah, we know what
Being
the
a
absolute
giant pain in the ass for your franchise.
No doubt. No doubt. Speaking of which, giant pain in the ass for your franchise. So I got actually into a gigantic argument today with a friend over Dylan Brooks.
There it is.
And and I'm like, so obviously it's getting floated around on Twitter. And he was like, well, what do you think? Dylan Brooks is like $11 million versus whatever Harrison is asking for. And I was like, just absolutely effing not. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, why don't you bring it up with D'Lo and Casey and float it by them? And I go, I'm not floating it by them like it's my idea. Because I would never bring something up that dumb.
The poll question was posted based on my partner here, Dylan Brooks on the Sacramento Kings. And with the amount of votes that have come in so far, almost twice as many votes as thumbs up, by the way, just for those watching on YouTube. The two options were, yeah, I guess, or GTFOH. 80% say GTFOH.
Yes. That's what I'm saying.
So here's what I said about this, Trysta. He's not my first option. There's a couple other guys that I would roll with way before that. And $11 million a year, that's a lot too much for me, for Dylan Brooks. I wouldn't completely write it off. If he was cheap, then he was a guy that was coming off the bench. He's already your second.
But he said he doesn't like his 3-and-D role. He wants a bigger role than he had in Memphis.
Well, I mean, he's not going to have that. Like when I talk to him and I try to bring him here and have negotiations, I'm going to tell him what his role is. Your role is to defend. That's what it is. And occasionally hit the open three-pointer. But your job, you're coming here to be the second best perimeter defender that we have. And if you're cool with that for $5 million a year, cool. Like that's it. A matter of fact, let's talk and then I'll think about it some more. But my whole thing is I'm not at the point where it's like, no way, no how. Like
Isn't he just like a more annoying, like a more boisterous look at me version of Davion Mitchell with less of a jumper than Davion Mitchell? Like he's bigger for sure, but he can't shoot. And he would probably be the most vocal person on the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
I agree with
that. I also feel part of me feels that a lot of that was fostered and allowed in Memphis. And he was there from day one. He walked around like that was his house and he acted like it was his house. Now you're coming into somebody else's house and maybe you settle that down just a little bit. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not saying I would do it. A lot of people are like zero. I don't even want to hear about it. Nah, we can talk about it. And then after we talk about it, if we decide we don't want to go that route, cool. But he's like, he's on the list. Like there's the other guys that I like. I like Cam Johnson. I like PJ Washington. I like Kelly Oubre. I like Kyle Kuzma. Like we're talking about once again, backup.
Kelly Oubre over Harrison though?
I don't know because I don't want Kelly Oubre to start.
Kelly Oubre's
I don't want him to start, but
those decision making. Ask Golden State how they feel about Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I mean, he's before Dylan Brooks.
He's a weird dude too. Like he's out there. I mean, that's all right. There's nothing wrong with a little weird on your team, but he's different.
The guy I think I've centered on the most is Cam Johnson.
Yeah. And I think you could do like a sign and trade situation with Harrison and Cam.
Yeah,
do a double sign and trade.
They both have to sign.
Well, because they're both.
Because they'd have to. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
I wonder.
I mean, why couldn't you?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem.
Finney Smith ain't free. He just signed a new deal. So I think they would. Yeah, I mean, I know why they would, but I'd be asking a lot for Brooklyn to match a Cam Johnson offer with having Finney Smith and Mikal Bridges there.
Well, and I know this, and I think I've told you guys this before, that Cam Johnson does not want to be in Brooklyn. Just simply put, he doesn't like big cities. He liked Phoenix because it was intimate. Phoenix has Sacramento has a feeling of Phoenix to it. You know, like kind of has all the amenities that you would want from a big city, but it's not like in your face all the time like New York or LA is. And people who know Cam, when he was when he was even floated the year before, he was like, well, I'm not re-signing there. So they could trade me if they want, but I'm not re-signing there. And maybe that changes. Maybe he fell in love with Brooklyn, but I doubt it. And there's a lot of redundancy on that roster. I really like, and I said this to you guys when he went to Brooklyn before. I was like, that would be a great pickup for y'all.
Yeah.
Especially because he can shoot.
I'm all in on a Cam Johnson.
It's a big offseason for the Kings.
What do you want, Damien?
No, Cam's up there.
Yeah.
Cam's definitely up there. PJ Washington was up there also. But Cam's definitely at the top of the list. I do wonder if there are OG Anunoby type moves out there for Sacramento. Again, I don't know how, with Harrison Barnes now being sign and trade is, your second, your biggest movable contract now is Rashawn, which, like you've got the contract. I don't know how I love Rashawn Holmes. I don't know how desirable he is. Funny thing, I think he works in Toronto though. Like I think he can actually get like a decent run. I don't know what direction Toronto is going in either. If I'm setting my sights super high, it probably starts with OG and goes from there. I do like Cam Johnson, which is probably more realistic. I don't know what Charlotte is going to do in terms of the PJ Washington thing. I do want to see Trey Lyles back here.
Same. What about Kuz? How do you feel about Kuz?
I don't. I'm cool.
Yeah, like neutral.
I think I'd rather just have Harrison.
Yeah. Even if Harrison was getting,
I know what you're gonna say. He's a better scorer, a more consistent scorer.
I think he's.
Well, I was just gonna ask you
if
he got 25. If Harrison was getting paid 25 a year.
Million?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because that's what Mark Stein put out today. Is that he wants? That's what I said. I was like, no chance. Harrison
wants 25 million a year.
It was 93 over 4 is what he wants. That's what
Mark
Stein said.
Hey,
no chance. See you later. Bye.
Hey, let's be clear for everyone listening. That is Harrison Barnes' agent's job.
Yeah.
That is exactly what they are supposed to do right now. Remember the Rashawn money?
Yeah.
You can want
anything you want. Yeah.
Exactly. You can tell these people you want whatever. Whether you're actually going to get it is an entirely different conversation.
What do you think his value is on the open market?
Not that.
15?
Well, here's the deal. Well, it's a lot going on because there's not a lot of Harrison Barnes available this offseason. But there's not a lot of teams where Harrison fits. Like where he would also say, like Houston got cap money, but
they don't want Harrison Barnes.
They don't want him, and I don't think Harrison would want to go there.
Yeah. Harrison isn't a building block.
Right. So it's a little complicated in that respect, but I think at the end of the day, he's about a $17-18 million a year guy.
25. Man, that's wild.
I was reading where somebody said
that's what Kuz is gonna want too.
That's what. Who was I talking to the other day? And they said Kuz was getting 20.
Can't do 25 million for Kuz.
Well, they say Kuz is getting 20. I don't know if he's getting 25, but they say he's getting 20. And then they were talking. I read an article
like
about Cam
83
Johnson
or something. Yeah.
I read an article about Cam Johnson. They were saying he's probably going to land around 17, but he's going to ask 20.
Cam's what? 25, 4,
25, 26.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I don't know that I'm good with that with Kyle Kuzma. I don't know why.
27.
Cam Johnson's 27.
He's a 4-year guy, I think, at UNC, or at least a 3-year guy.
Yeah, he's kind of old.
Yeah.
Well, he's certainly older than I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was 24, but he's not. He's 25.
I thought he was 3 years off. Like, God damn, he's 27. Oh man,
that changed things.
HB's 30. Nah, I guess not. I guess no, it doesn't. It doesn't. 27 is not old, for goodness sakes. It's just he's just older than I thought.
I know it sounds a little crazy. I'm not like this crazy fan of
3
this
years
man,
off. That's absurd.
I think Kuz is the best option.
I kind of do too, but I'm like culturally, I don't know.
Yeah, Kuz is a wild card.
He is.
But he's a better scorer. He's a better defender. He's a better rebounder.
I think he would hit some corner shots in clutch time. I mean, I would hope. I would hope. It's tough, man. The wing position.
He won a championship.
Yeah, Lakers.
Well,
I forgot he was on that team.
He won a championship.
I got you.
You guys feel like the Dubs are winning this series?
Absolutely not.
You think the Lakers are winning?
Yeah,
I do.
I think number one, I think the Lakers are better. Number two, as the series went along, it was clear that the Warriors have like 4 players that they believe in.
Trust, yeah.
And I think they gave everything they had to get out of this first round.
Emptied the clip.
I think they're out of gas. I think LeBron and AD are gonna kind of walk them down.
I don't know what to make of this version of the Lakers, to be honest. The Kings never played them.
Yeah.
Never once played them. I don't know. I got to keep my energy the same until they're like. I think the Warriors can get to the conference finals or potentially the NBA finals. So I'll probably ride with the Warriors to be.
That's where I'm at. I got Warriors in 6 in this, just because of the perimeter shooting, man. That's really it.
I just don't know what to think of this Lakers team.
I think they're actually pretty good.
Maybe, yeah.
Austin Reeves is like really good.
He's him.
You should go after Austin Reeves.
I don't think he's leaving LA.
They're not going to pay him what he's going to want. He's going to want 25. So? Austin Reeves is going to want 25 million.
Austin Reeves can go.
We just throwing 25 million around now?
Yes.
What's Austin Reeves make right now?
Nothing. Nothing.
Has he earned $25 million?
I think he's earned 18 to 20. But he plays, I mean, he's pretty good. I think he's the best of that bunch.
Jeez.
He's probably
think Austin Reeves is the best of that bunch?
Yeah, I'd probably.
I don't know if he's better than Kuz, but Austin Reeves can go. He can really, I'm convinced.
I really like Austin Reeves.
He can hoop. He can hoop.
He's also got better decision making than Kuz.
Real quick before you get out of here, like,
you mean before
have we all just been wrong about the Nuggets? That was an impressive 2 games.
Can we rephrase it? And Trysta, you answer. Were we wrong about the Suns?
Possibly.
Yeah, I think the math just isn't mathing with the Suns, right? Like they just don't have enough. And we kind of said that, and we're like, oh well, maybe KD and Book will get you like 35 each a night. I mean, you're gonna need them to get you 40 a night. Now that Chris Paul has that groin injury, their depth is just bad. So bad. And they're not using, I don't know why they're not using TJ Warren. I don't know why they're not using Terrence Ross. It's ugly. It's hard to watch the Suns right now.
I said he didn't go crazy yesterday, but I said the other day, Trysta, if that's the Jamal Murray that's back, the Saturday Jamal Murray, the game 1 Jamal Murray, if that's who's back.
He's like this, though. Jamal Murray is the quintessential player to get you 30 and then 6. They can't, I don't want a player that does that to my heart. I just can't. I can't have that. But yeah, I think the Nuggets look really, really good. I think they've got a lot. Christian Brown is really good. He's a really good rookie.
He is good. I like him.
Getting meaningful contributions from Bruce Brown and Jeff Green and
Michael
KCP.
Porter Jr. hit shots, man. Like, yeah, got some things.
Aaron Gordon's super efficient right now.
They're like 9 deep.
Yeah. So to answer your question, yeah, we might have.
Yeah. They can really run the hell out of the Warriors. Because they
won and didn't score 100 yesterday.
Yeah. Austin Reeves made $2.5 million, by the way.
2.5?
That's it.
I'm flustered. This whole conversation has
Damian sounds like Carmelo when they asked about Jeremy Lin.
We got to let TK go do her national radio show.